Raider Nation, it's your boy. Let's get down for the get down. Let's clown. Let's continue with this free agency conversation before we start jumping into these conversations of who we actually gonna draft, especially now that we know who the OC gonna be. But you know what we start at? You know where I go at first? Raiders. What it is, what it does, what it do. It's your boy, T3. Raiders tea time. All right, T3. Let's get down for the get down. Before we do that, though, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Come talk to your boy. All conversation is good conversation, even ignorant conversation. Because it's my time to enlighten you on some things. So who is the next big free agent we didn't talk about? We've talked about Aaron Rodgers. We talked about Russell Wilson. We've talked about Justin Fields. I believe we talked about Sam Darnold. We have also talked about Kirk, the family man Cousins. So now who is next on the list? Oh my God. Heartburn like a sucker. It's going to be your boy, Jameis Winston. Yes, the man that likes to eat W's. Yes, sir. So who is Jameis Winston? Jameis Winston was a first-round draft pick out of Florida State. Got into a little trouble while he was in college being a knucklehead kid. He was good. He could throw for 300, 400, 500, 600 yards. The man had an arm. He had a cannon. He could hit you downfield. The problem is, if he throw 5 touchdowns, he's going to give 6 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? It's going to go tit for tat when it comes to him. He was there for a couple years. I want to say 5 years before he was moved off into the Saints, where he spent a little time behind Drew Brees and under Sean Payton for a little bit. Spent 4 years there. I want to say he ended the Saints on a bad note, and not like he did something off the field stupid. More or less, he was trying to help his man get paid. I believe this guy needed a touchdown in the game to get his game check. And instead of running the play the coach asked him to play, he had them run the play to let his boy get the touchdown so he can get paid. So, I mean, vice versa. Depends on how you feel. It don't matter to me anyway, because everybody getting paid no matter what. That's where he was at for the last couple of years. And last year, he was sitting in the Cleveland Browns locker room behind Deshaun Watson, who got hurt probably around mid-season. So then he take up the season. Now, once again, he's throwing for 200, 300, 400 yards a game. He had a win on the season against Pittsburgh in the snow. Had some amazing game time out there. I believe he threw for over 2,000 yards. He had I want to say 13 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Because like I tell you, he's gonna go give you 3 touchdowns, but he's gonna also give you 3 to 4 interceptions a game. Had an amazing game against the Broncos. I think he almost threw for 500 yards. So he has an arm. He's not a runner. He's not been known as a scrambler. He's been a pocket passer this whole time. He's a gunslinger. He takes his chances with the ball. He's I wouldn't say not afraid of making a mistake. He knows he makes mistakes, but he's going to take the chance anyway out there in the game. So he's not like a horrible pick. But now that we know that Chip Kelly is an offensive coordinator, we can really look to see if this kind of quarterback would fit this. Well, one, you would need to limit the amount of times he throws the ball. 25 throws a game at minimum, because you know he's going to throw out an interception somewhere. So he can get your players downfield. He can hit the intermediate routes. He can hit the short routes. He's going to find players open. He's going to hit them long and hit them far. But again, you want to limit the mistakes that he does, which means you need a good running game to sit behind him to do what he has to do. And right now we at a place where they was talking about running backs or a dime a dozen. That's a lie. Cause you know how well we would have done if we had, Jacobs in the backfield, but we'll save that conversation for when the Super Bowl is over, because we're actually going to talk about the end of the season and what went right, what went wrong, what I feel was the true case, and what the rumors and everything is about. But right now we're talking about Jameis Winston. So what do you think? What are your thoughts? How do you feel? What is your inclination on Jameis Winston? I would not go get him, only because he's just not in the division that we're in, and the kind of coaches that we have. They're going to scheme up and just sit back and wait for the turnovers. And that was the Raiders' biggest problem last year, as we kept giving away the ball, putting our defenses in bad places, bad spots on the field, not resting on the sidelines. We could not generate an offense. So even with Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll, I would not move on to Jameis Winston. He is just a mistake machine waiting to happen. He is young enough. He is under 30s. And he's used to not being the starter anymore after being at Tampa Bay for all those years before they brought in, guess who? Tom Brady to come in and win a Super Bowl with. So that's where we are. That's where we're at. That's where we gonna sit at. Tell me what your thoughts is. Raider Nation, talk to me. All right, fam, tomorrow we got, I want to say maybe one, maybe two more free agents. I need to really look at the rest of the layout of who's in and who's out that's coming up on the game. Before and after that, we're going to jump into the college potentials that we could see. Now that we know with the OC, we're going to start off with the college players who would best fit a Chip style Kelly offense, knowing what we've seen in the past. Now, he can switch up the game, because the one thing I'll say about Chip Kelly, he is not married to a system, but he does like a particular quarterback and a particular kind of running back for it to run hard, fast, and indifferent. So until then, my friends, tomorrow we'll hang again. So we'll do what we do just for me, you, and the crew. Raiders!